harnessing the power of BaZi, the self-generating element cycle. So this is something exciting for me. Maybe I will do a short introduction about who we have today. So I will go first. Myself, I am Andrea, and I'm going to share a bit about my relationship with BaZi, or how I first got to know BaZi. So maybe later Sean and Chrismat, you can share also. So myself, I know about BaZi since young because my dad, my family basically, they are quite open to this Chinese metaphysics arts, right? Feng Shui, BaZi, is something that I know of very young and got exposed to. I think initially when I started to know about BaZi, I don't really understand the significance of it. So I just listen to what they say, right? Yeah, I didn't pay much attention as well. But then later on, as I grow older, I think I was searching for answers, and then that's where I got to come back to BaZi again. So maybe those who are joining us, thank you for waiting. If you are live, you can drop a hashtag live in the comments. Those who are joining us, thank you for waiting. Sean, the feedback is very strong. Okay, so those who are joining us live, drop a comment, say hi, and tell us which country you are tuning in from. Then we can have Chrismat, maybe you give a short introduction about yourself and how you first got to know about BaZi.
Hi everyone, I'm Chrismat. I get to know about BaZi is like Andrea, a family also into Chinese metaphysics, and also when I am at junction of the road, I start to going around and searching for people to tell me about my future, and BaZi is one of it that a lot of people go for fortune telling, right? That's why I am very into BaZi is because there are a lot of things that the physical situations as well as the solutions from the physical realms is not giving me any solutions, or I can't find any solutions around me. That's why we start, or rather I start going into BaZi, and also trying to see what can I do for myself, and so that I can actually have a more smoother road and not um, always stuck at a junction. And going to BaZi Masters is more of like you need to spend a lot when you go to BaZi Masters. Those that are good, okay? So I start to learn BaZi when I want to actually um get more benefits for myself, and also removing some obstacles in life. Yeah. How about Sean?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Sean. I run an online business teaching people marketing and sales. So I think all business owners more or less are aware of energy. I think a lot of business owners will always check their feng shui and make sure that they do things the right way in their office, in their setup. And through Chrismat, I actually learned that the colors that we use, the colors that we wear, play a huge role in affecting our energies. And at first, I didn't really understand it. I didn't really understand it until I realized, like for myself, every time I touch blue color, things get very, very difficult. And at first, I thought it was just things like playing tricks on my mind. But after I had a deeper understanding of what elements are, how colors affect our elements, then I really began to take these things seriously. And when I tested and validated it for myself, I can see like a huge difference between the colors that I use and the colors that I stopped using. So that is my personal experience with colors and energy. So if you are at a point where you feel like there are some blockages in your business or your life, you might want to actually maybe try to be a little bit more sensitive. Can I say that? To see, to understand what your elements are comprised of and how can you enhance your strength and overcome your weaknesses using colors and elements.
Okay, thank you very much, Sean. I think you gave a quite a good overview on what we're gonna talk about later. So there are some words like elements and colors and so and 八字, right? So how all these things come together? Let me share with you the agenda that we are gonna cover. So we have about 1 hour on this session. So if you have any questions that along the way you have any questions, you can just drop them in the comments. And then myself, Sean, or Chrismat will pick up the questions and address them in this 1 hour live. Okay, so welcome again to this live session. I think I'm very excited. So I hope you prepared some questions along the way as well. We're going to talk about what are elements. Okay, so elements and colors and how do they come together, right? We're gonna look at what is the significance of personal elements analysis, and maybe if we don't bother to find out or we neglect this part, what are some of the consequences that may happen, right? So what are some benefits now that you are on this live session and you take time to watch this session? What are some of the benefits you can get knowing your elements, right? Where can you apply with this knowledge? What are some tools that you can use to actually find out your elements? We're going to share some case studies that we collected along the way when Chrismat actually helped them with analyzing on the elements through 八字. So there's this segment where we do a real life 八字 analysis. Those of you who have actually submitted your information, your birth data, we were going to pull out your chart. Of course, anonymous. Your identity is going to be anonymous. But we will be able to do a real life analysis for you. Okay. And then after that, we have some Q&A and next steps. So, Sean, do you have the link for the birth data? If not, I can actually drop it in. Yeah, maybe Sean can share that later. So when you guys are on the live channel, just fill up your birth information through the data and we will do the live analysis later on. Okay. So what are elements? Maybe we have Chrismat to go through the slides. You are muted actually.
Sorry. Actually, in the Chinese metaphysics, we have 5 main elements, which is fire, earth, matter, water, and wood. Right? 金木水火土. Okay. Everyone of us actually knows what these 5 elements are for, right? I believe so.
Not really, eh?
Okay, like someone with a very fiery and very into action person are usually born in the fire elements day or month. Usually the day will affect us much more than the months in your 八字. Okay, which is your birth date. Okay, earth people tend to be a bit stubborn, tend to be a bit strong-headed. Yeah. Metal people, they are more finances alert persons. They are more into the finance industry, or they are very mm, sensitive to numbers. Okay. Water personnel usually is people with a lot of ideas, people in the um industry that uses a lot of creative ideas, and maybe creativities in their work. And wood people usually are those that nurture others, like teachers, coaches, or any industry, maybe book printing, publisher, or those that helps to nurture the public. Yeah, so these are the elements in the Chinese metaphysics.
Okay, wonderful. I think that's a great introduction. So I'm now understanding the characteristic of elements, and
Mm.
and we are going to see why is it important that we talk about elements today. So actually in elements, what the significance of the elements that we want to bring up today is actually energy, right? So each of the elements have their own characteristics, and actually they have a different way of interacting with one another. So this is what I mean about the elements interacting with one another. So just now, Chrismat said about 金木水火土, right? Actually the flow is how this is flowing. And those who are watching the live session right now, there's one way you can find out your birth elements, under your day master. So you just have to go to the something like a 八字 calculator, right? And you can actually key in your birth information. You will actually know your day, under the day master, what is the element that you are looking at. Okay. So with regards to that, so this is how it will look like under the day master. This is where you will know your own day element. So from this chart itself, it is Ren, it is yang water, and the Chinese character is Ren. So this would show that you will carry the water element characteristics. Like what Chrismat mentioned, it's more towards creativity. Probably understand emotions better. Okay. So just now I touched a bit about energy. Maybe Chrismat can share a little bit about the interaction and based on the characteristics and the interaction between the elements.
Okay, we are actually looking at this chart. You will know that what elements generate what elements. Okay, like the wood generate fire, fire generate earth, earth generate matter, matter generate water, water generate wood. So this is a full cycle. Okay. There's also crashing. Crashing actually form a star in the center, which is wood crashes earth, earth crashes water, water crashes fire, fire crashes matter, matter crashes wood. But usually when we are looking at the 八字, we actually want, if you need to smoothen your 八字, it's better to generate than to crash and weaken the 八字 elements. Yeah, because it takes actually more energy to go and attack an enemy than to help an enemy, right? So once you help the enemy can be your friend. So you start to help each other. So for the elements, we're actually looking at generations of the elements. Okay.
Okay, thank you for sharing the generation of elements and the benefits. So I'm gonna share in the areas why understanding about all these matters. Okay, so these are some of the areas where understanding your own elements will help you. Generally, you will gain more self-awareness, self-understanding. So let's when we hear about Chrismat talking about the different characteristics, right? And that's when you know that you have a certain personality that come with your day pillar that represents you. So with that elements and that characteristics, you tend to know your strengths, right? Your personality, your strengths, as well as weaknesses. Okay. So other than that, some other areas that you can apply using understanding of elements is when you want to have a certain personal goal that you want to achieve, business goals, right? Improving health and wellness, improving relationship. Long-term wise, when we look at other than personal elements analysis, we do look at 八字, right? There is also different luck cycles. We call the 十年大运, different luck cycles. And that is when you know when you have the ability to take risk, right? So you can do some financial planning. Or when you do the analysis, 八字 analysis with Chrismat, you can actually look at some of the significant life transitions, right? Every 10-year luck cycle is different, and then things change, right? So you will be much more well prepared during the transitions itself. So here are some of the, I would say, disadvantages of not understanding your elements. I do experience it myself, and I do see it from other people when it's the first time looking at their parts analysis or doing elements analysis, right? They will be having a revelation, like, oh, this is why it's happening, things are happening to me. Okay, so what I'm saying is some will be having roadblocks. An example is you are not able to progress, be in your career, be in your relationship, or you feel like things are stagnant. So an example will be in your career, you have this income ceiling that you're facing. And you feel that however much you work, right, you put in your time, your effort, you show up with good attitude, but why are things not happening for you? Why is there no results? Okay. So that's why earlier on we shared about the characteristic of the elements, the way they interact with each other, and that actually form a certain energy that you carry around, right? So another area would be having a blind spot, right? So if you are stuck in certain unfavorable situations again and again, and later on you will see some of the case studies, right? They do show this kind of tendencies, and they don't understand why. Is it like bad luck, constant bad luck, right? Then some, they like to say, oh, I don't know why I step some maybe dog shit or what, 踩到狗屎 is that kind of situation, and there's nothing they can do because they just meet the same unfavorable situation again and again. Yes. And the third area would be missing out on practical effective solution. So these solutions that we get from Chrismat, it's actually, I would say, simple, okay? But it's to the point where we are able to solve the gap in the energy. The gap, be it the energy is, the element is missing, right? There's no flow generation cycle because the element is missing. And how can we put that in place, right? And also, if there are certain elements that are too strong, and when some elements are too strong, it starts clashing into another element. but we don't know, right? So Chrismat is able to offer that practical, effective solution. Or we have some, and if all these situations or issues are not resolved, right? Because we can't find the root cause, right? And then things may worsen. So it may take a toll on somebody's health, physical health, mental health, emotional health. Okay, so maybe we can have Sean or Chrismat share a little bit about the application and the areas of before you understand these elements, what was happening, and then after you understand it, something changed for you. Sean, you want to go first?
Yeah, I think for me, because I'm metal, I think if you can go back to the chart for slide 5, where are we now? And so we have one submission, right? Mikhail, do you have it?
Yes.
Yeah, so for me, I'm a metal, and my metal is very strong because I have 2 earth. Then I also have water, but I lack wood and fire. And I think for the last 30 years of my life until I met Chrismat, I totally didn't know about this at all. So I would love to wear metal items. I actually love the color yellow, and I also have a lot of blue clothes. And I actually notice when I do like sports and I put on these colors, I don't perform as well as I want to, and sometimes I really struggle to perform. But I thought like it is the day, I thought it is the luck. And then looking back, I also noticed that every time I have green, every time I have red, I would perform super well. And I would think that again, maybe it's luck. How can it be colors that bring us so much impact? I didn't believe it, and I thought colors are just a very superficial thing. And then I realized like I started to gravitate towards red clothes and green items, and I would feel really good. And I noticed that every time like it's competition day or I really need to perform, I would really max out my red and I would feel really good about it. And I thought it's just like playing tricks on my own mind. But after so many years of doing that, then looking at my own chart, then I understood that I really need the fire and I really need the wood. So that's my experience with colors and elements.
Great. Oh, the impact is quite significant, I would say. Maybe Chrismat, you want to share a little?
For me, myself, is I have been always facing financial struggle. Okay. Then after I learned BaZi, I learned about colors. Then I'm like, hey, colors is so easy to play with. Why not try it? Like I changed my wallet to the earth color, which is yellow, or any earth colors like khaki. And my work is like also is a bit stagnant, don't know where to go. I've been doing the same old things for years. The pay is still like there, like even though I know I'm capable of doing the work, but bosses just don't see your capabilities, right? So I went to my BaZi again and look at what is the lack, what is the weakness in my BaZi. And then I found that, hey, wood is my abilities or my capabilities that is able to show another person. Okay. So I start wearing green. And I'm like, okay. After like about a month or so, after wearing green, not really on a daily basis, but more on a daily basis, like having not only clothes that are green. I used to have hair, not bald like this, right? I used to have hair, so I start using green spongy or green hairband. Then I realized, yeah, my boss start to notice my work and start to praise. So I'm like, okay, colors is nice to play with, and I have so many colors to play with. So I get very excited and actually went into it in more studies. That's why I'm here to share on how you can use colors to really, I can't say to really bring you to the next leap in your life, right? But at least smooth out some wrinkles in your life. Yeah.
Okay, that's very good. Actually, I do relate to both Chrismat and Sean. Myself, before I know about my own elements, my own 八字, and the lacking of some elements in my chart, I was facing a difficulty in my career growth as well. Stagnant, similarly, right? After working in the same role for about 6 years, then you start to see the pattern. Wow, the stagnant is too much, right? How can I break through? So I was facing an income ceiling, that's one. After I close up the gap in my 八字, in my elements, I got promoted twice in 2 years. To me, that is a huge achievement because I didn't experience that, right? So promotion wise, you need to be recognized. First, someone need to be able to see, oh, that you're putting in effort, right? Second, you need to get results, right? If not, why is there promotion justification for a higher role and a higher paycheck, right? So this is something that happened to me, and I was very grateful that I found out something about that, because I think in the past 6 years I was getting more and more disheartened, putting in so much effort, and I can't see the returns. It doesn't come back to me in terms of having this growth in personal career as well as finances, also in happiness, right? So I think that's when to me it was quite tough. But after knowing, and then knowing about colors, like colors can resolve all these issues, is quite fun actually, right? So if you have any similar experience, you can drop them in the chat. But if not, maybe it's time for you to explore a little bit more, right, with Chrismat later. Okay, so now that we shared our some of our personal experiences, here are the benefits that you can see for yourself if you were to know about your elements and to actually close up the gap and do something to start generating a generating cycle. So you will be able to see personal growth and professional growth, right? So for professional growth, there will be times when after leaving a job, you don't know where to go, right? You feel like, oh, you know, what is next for me? I'm lost, right? And do I want to go back to the same job? I'm not sure, because I'm not seeing the growth I want. So through these elements analysis and parts analysis, you can choose which industry that will be suitable for you in your professional growth. Or in your business, and you're realizing that, you know, leads, sales, revenue, they're not really coming in, not flowing so smoothly, right? And what can I do in order to attract more customers and more opportunities, right? We want more help. We need a lot in business. We need a lot of help and support, right, from our customers, from our partners, right? Whenever there's opportunities, they will refer us our way. That's what we want for business, right? To be prosperous, to have that growth. Or in your health, which aspects I need to be more concerned, right? So that I can take necessary steps to support my health, right? What areas do I need to watch out? So in health, I heard before, some people, they actually need to do more cardio because of there may be some concerns about heart issues down the road just based on the 八字, right? For some, they can see that lungs is not very healthy, so you need to do some wellness exercise or some health. And then for some, they can see that down the road, maybe when they are much older, they need to take a bit more supplement. So nutrition becomes part of the main concern right now. Okay, so these are the things that you can help to supplement your physical health, right? Or if there are some struggles in emotional health, you can also see in the BaZi. You can also see, right, that how the elements work. Okay, so how about relationships, right? In this BaZi, you can show how this person will communicate, will interact with other people. So there may be a chance where we can use some colors or need to be mindful about the way we speak, right? This is how we have harmonious interactions with people, right? Having communication is always very key in terms of your professional growth or even when you're doing business. Lastly, for decision making, right? So based on whatever you're going through right now, you think that, oh, my problem is I am not, maybe not doing a certain aspect, not studying hard enough, not working hard enough, or in health, I'm not sleeping early enough, I'm not eating healthy enough. But actually, there are other factors that are behind in terms of energy wise that you may not be seeing, right? So these are the aspects that we can explore and gain awareness when we have our parts and elements analyzed. So the objective of today is to have a self-generation cycle, right? So you can see this cycle is actually flowing, and imagine one part of the elements is not there, and what will happen? Maybe, Chrismat, you want to share a little bit about having a self-generation element cycle.
Okay, to have a self-generation cycle is that it smoothed out your road or your life. Okay, so that you can have money, health, um, health in physical as well as emotional, mental. Okay, so that you will not be so stressed out because of something or some event in your life, right? So if you are looking at this chart, a generation cycle, sorry, Andrea, are we able to use any pen or pencils to indicate what each element is if that person is following this chart?
Possible, it's possible.
Okay, can you help me to write fire? You just point an arrow out, and that is personal health and finances health. The
Oh,
fire element
so
is a
I can
pen.
put the slides.
Ah, okay. Okay, so this personal health, from now onwards, when we say about health, it will be more for both personal health, the physical health, as well as the finances health. Okay, the finance health, physical health. Okay, then the earth,
Of yes.
earth will be the output. It can be our spending.
Yep.
Okay, slash spending. Okay, then the matter will be our surplus or deficiency. Okay, if you all know accounting, this will be the balance of like our income, then our expenses, then our net loss or net profit. It's something like that. Okay, so for water will be, no, the surplus deficiency is in, oh, sorry, for water, I do not know what is it in English. Is it our benefiter or someone
Supporter.
who, our supporter, okay, supporter, which is 贵人 in Chinese. Yeah. Then, okay, the wood will be our ability, our capabilities.
How about resources? It's under
It's
support.
also under wood. It's
Oh.
under wood. It's
Okay.
not wood is also our resources, because our resources will be our capability and our abilities to work or to bring in the income. So that is resources. Okay. So let us use a puzzle to putting this chart into use. Let us take a look at a puzzle and how we explain it. Is there any puzzle? No, this one later.
We can take a
Okay.
at this. So
Okay. So
1 second. So if you want to analyze your parts and elements live now, you can actually use the form that was Sean has shared it in the Facebook.
live chat.
Yes, Facebook chat. So if you can't get it, just drop us a comment, then we'll share it with you.
Okay, let us look at this chart. Okay, we can see that it's a metal. So it's a metal person. It have fire. It have wood. Okay, so we are looking at the heaven stem, which is the first row. Okay, the earth branch. Earth branch are usually supporters. Today we are not looking at that. We are looking at the heaven stem only. Okay, we have, can we put this one at this chart and the elements chart side by side?
Okay, I need to do some.
Sorry about that, yeah. Because I think it's easier if we can put it side by side for people to see.
Wait, how do we know? How does male A know that his chart is getting red now? We say his first name or what?
Okay, that you just hold on because we try to get the both slides together first. Then we will say who is this person. Would that be fine?
Yep.
Okay, like this is good actually. You can just put the 八字 one slightly to the left. Because the 八字 we don't need such a big one. Yes. Yes, like this will be good. Like this will be good.
Okay, so this person, the first name starts with M lah.
Okay, Andrew, are you able to move the video, our screen down?
Actually, I move it here. Can?
You mean the 八字 to move it there? Or our screen? Because there's an empty space on the bottom right hand.
Yeah, I move mine. I think this is a personal control, but I can move the.
Oh,
Yeah. So what you're saying is
yeah, because we want to see the whole 八字.
right.
Sorry, guys, for the technical issue here. Okay, can, no problem like this. Yes, okay, so we can see that this chart belongs to a guy, a male, okay, actually belongs to Mikhail, right? Okay, Mikhail, your chart, we are looking at the what do you call, we call it the first row. The first row will be what we call the heaven stem. The second row is what we call the earth branch. Okay, heaven stem is what other people sees us. So by seeing that there's two fires, metal and wood, okay, if you shift the cycle around, the interpretation of the elements remains the same in that position. We don't move it. Okay, so we just move the cycle around. So metal will replace fire. So metal actually indicates or represents personal and finances health. Okay, so after metal, the next one, the output of metal is water. Okay, so the output of metal is water. So water is your output and your spending. Okay, let us look into his bazi for the heaven stem. Is there any water? Okay, since there's no water in the bazi heaven stem, right? Which means his spending is a lot. It's actually throwing something into uh, a bottomless pit. You are throwing your finances into bottomless pit. You keep thinking that your income actually don't support really your spending, or maybe at the end of the day you are spending too much. Okay, there might be very little savings. Okay, then we look at after water generate wood. Okay, water generate wood. Oh, we saw one wood elements in the month pillar, right? So which means your health and your finances health, there is some surplus, not a lot, because there's no generation due to that there's no water. Okay, so your health, if that is the case, usually you will see says that the finances health might be low, but the physical health is still okay. Okay, so okay, so the physical health is still okay, but finances health not very good. Okay, then later we see after wood is fire. So fire will be your supporter. So your supporter, you have two. So which means you have quite a lot of people coming to you to give you opportunities to earn some income. Okay, but however, you might not have the ability to give them satisfying answers or to give them satisfying results because your earth is missing. Okay, your earth is missing over there. So which means your abilities and capabilities are not shown. Okay, but however, we look at the earth branch, there also not much. There's also not much earth there. Yeah. So which means even if there's opportunities, you find it very difficult to grab it. Okay, or your abilities, your resources is not enough to do the job, I would say. Thank you, Andrea. Yes, so this is the generation. So now you will see it better. Okay, so Earth is your abilities and your capabilities, your resources for you to bring in the income. So when there's no resources in your heaven branch, okay, don't worry, don't worry. This is only 8 pillars. Okay, we still have the every one of us will have a 10 years life cycle pillar, as well as a yearly pillar and a monthly and daily pillar of that year. For example, every day of the month of the year, there's a certain, it still comes in heaven branch and heaven stem and earth branch, right? Then all these things was actually go into our 八字 also. 八字 is only for personal, but we still, because energies are interaction, okay, between energies. So like just like male and female, we have to interact. Adult children, we have to interact. Our same age, our peers, we still have to interact. So it's an interaction of energies. Okay, so our personal energy is one. We still have another energy called uh, a 10-year luck pillar energy, a yearly a yearly pillar energy, year, a monthly pillar energy, as well as a daily pillar energy of the year. Okay, so with all these 16 characters, 16字, okay, coming together, we actually can make use of the pillars that are out, or the energies that's outside of us to help us, right? Like Mikhail is actually lack in the earth energy, the water energy. So water energy, since it's the output and spending, we want to put sorry, we want to put a base into this bottomless pit. So what we do, we change our wallet. Since Mikhail is a guy, he is very lucky to have water elements in the spending or output pillars, is because the colors that come with water. Andrew, can we have the color chart, please? The first one, not this. The one that comes with the elements one. Yes, thank you. Yes, let us look at this color chart. Okay, the different elements color, the different elements will come with different color set. Okay, let us go through some first. Okay, just like Mikhail, he is lack in water. So what can we do to boost his water? So water elements will be more, what you all know is blue, any shades of blue or black. If you cannot remember, just think about the ocean. What is the color of the ocean? It's blue, and when the oceans go deeper, it becomes black, dark, right? Okay, so you just remember water elements is blue series as well as black. Okay, gray, some can use, some might not be able to use. So, but it's still in the watercolor series. So this one, you must really know what to do. Okay, let us go back to the 八字. Thank you, Andrea. Okay, so I would suggest Mikhail to actually change his wallet to black or blue. Okay, for a guy, it's quite easy, or even for a female, black or blue is easy. Okay, and it's a color that usually you're use. So when you start to use black or blue wallet, you start to see that your savings might be that your spending, you still spend, but you will not spend as much. Okay, and another technique that or another trick that I will use is that if, for example, your ATM card, your credit card, any card that comes with uh that have money charged in, or you use it for spending. Okay, if you are, for example, if your color is not blue or black, if the card is not blue or black, like OCBC is red, right? And the I think it's the UOB card, there's a silver one, the one card, silver, white. Yeah, if these are not blue or black card, okay, it's very easy. You just use any colored paper. Front or back of the both side of the paper must be same color, which means if yours is your color that helps you to minimize spending is black or blue, you use the colored paper with both sides same color, black or blue paper. You just wrap up your card, um, just like I'll do something. Let me get my card and I will, okay, for example, this is your credit card. If this is your credit card, okay, and my color, if
Okay,
I
I have
need
it
a,
here.
thank you. Yeah. So like Sean, he needs green color. Okay, so he have a card, he just wrap the green color paper around, but both sides must be the same color. Remember that. Okay, just lock your card inside and it can actually prevent you from spending too much because the elements actually helps to because of the interaction of the elements, the energy actually helps to do whatever function that it needs to. This is on the heaven stamp, which means it is showing to other people. Okay, when it's showing to other people, when you show uh other than black and blue color to the rest of the rest of the energy will be attracted to it. Okay, because they have different colors. Okay, like uh if your card is white or silver, it's a personal health and finances health, right? Personal finances health also. So what your there's a saying says the more you earn, the more you spend, right? So with the elements that is more, which is matter that is more, the energy around will says, hey, there is more of the finances here. So why not we spend it? Because finance is to be spent, right? The financial environment is that there must be a cycle. When there's a cycle, which means there's out and in, out and in. Okay. So if there's too much in the in, it need to come out. When it need to come out, which means it have to come out more, right? But however, if you use a blue color paper or black color paper, it just says that, hey, this spending, even though it's significant on spending, if the interaction comes, the energy interaction comes in, okay, it will be like It's telling the metal says that, hey, I am here, okay, I am here. You don't need to give me so much because I am here already. So this is not empty. You don't need to fill this bottle up, right? You just like when you paint the bottle blue color or black color, that's what we are doing. Metal will say that, hey, there's water here, so I don't need to generate too much. I just generate a little will do, a little will do, right? So when you generate a little, the spending will be cut off. Not really cut off, but it will be cut at certain amount. So when the spending is cut at certain amount, you will see your surplus more, right? Because and then especially you have wood elements here. When you have wood elements here, which means there's still surplus. You still have your health is good, I would say, or okay. Okay, but your finances health will start to see a growth also since there's surplus. And since the matter is not saying, hey, there's no water element, so I got to give more water element. I got to give more. When you give more, there'll be more spending. But when you give a little to generate it, because the metal elements actually see there's water elements because of the color, right? Then it will generator, it will give you a much higher high the margin between your income and your spending will be put to a bigger gap. So which means your spending will be less, your income will be more. And when it flows down to your surplus or deficiency area, your wood elements, you have wood elements over there. So which means you will see a surplus in your a better surplus in your bank account or even in your cash flow, right? Then from the surplus, we move to the supporters, which is your 贵人. You have two 贵人 here. Looking at your 八字, two 丁火 over there, right? So, which means you have a lot of supporters around you, giving you opportunities. But are you able to take up the job? So I would say your job to increase your abilities or your resources in your job. Either, if possible, you can wear yellow color. Okay, yellow color, you don't need to wear until like bananas, right? Okay. Andrew, can I have the yellow color chart, please? Thank you. Okay, you look at this yellow color chart. These are all the colors that you can wear. This yellow color chart. Okay, this is you can wear like khakis also can, any earth color. Okay, if in any way you can't, like for example, some people have uniform. Okay, if you have uniform of certain colors, you can't wear yellow color, don't worry. Okay, since we are just using colors, we will help to see what we can do with colors for anyone. Okay, to help you to generate to have a smooth generation of your elements. Okay, since it's a regarding work, if you carry any backpack, any briefcase, or any side bags to work, your bag using yellow colors, khaki colors, or light brown will also be fine. Okay, so you don't really need to wear yourself like yellow, okay, but you can use all these colors for it. Another easy way, okay, if you have $100 notes, $100 notes actually comes light orange, close to yellow, close to earth color, or close to the khaki color. You just fold your $100 notes and put into, if you have a lanyard, put into a lanyard that is transparent, okay, transparent. Fold it in a way that no people knows that it's a node lah. Okay, because you just need the color to attract the energy. Okay, you just put into your lanyard, facing it out so that the color can be shown. Okay, if not, if you don't have $100 note, no problem. Put a yellow color card, yellow color paper card, or yellow color piece of paper behind your lanyard. Sorry, into your lanyard, your what do you call that, company employment pass or anything, transparent. Okay, show it out, can already. You can attract the earth, so it will actually give you more energy in resources. When you have more energy in resources, it will actually helps you to perform better in your job. And by performing better, you will be able to have more income, less spending, more surplus, and also your supporter will see that, hey, you are capable. You are capable of meeting all our expectation. When you have that, they will actually give you more support, then more resources. So the generation will goes on and on, right? Okay, so that is for Mikkel.
So for the color chart here, right, I do see beige, cream, pastel yellow. These are very light colors. Do they have the same effect?
Yes, it does. It does. Yeah, because beige, all those actually have their base are all yellow. Even though they don't have a very yellowish surface, right? But they are still yellow. It's just like we Chinese, there's a fair one, there's a tanned one, right? But our base is that we are still Chinese. It doesn't matter. We are still Chinese. So they are still yellow. So no worries to that.
Okay, great. Okay, so I hope Mikkel was able to have some good takeaways about your own chart, and I think Chrismat give very practical so-called tips to help you improve the cycle. The main thing is we want to have a self-generating cycle. Okay. So any questions, you can just drop in the chat. Maybe we can answer some of your questions if you have. So I'm going to share a success case study, right? So this person is actually doing a sales, marketing and sales role, 29 years old in Singapore. I was having an income ceiling problem in my career. I have been in sales for about 7 years. However, I was not able to progress with my income. My initiatives in improving sales were often not supported. I worked very hard and gave my best. However, without showing any results, I could not progress in my income. After meeting Chrismat, I took her advice and boosting my wood element through the use of colors. I was surprised that the solution was simple to implement. And soon after, within 10 weeks, I closed a 5-figure deal and my results has been consistent every month since. So this is something that it was a simple solution, but show very practical and tremendous result. So congratulations to this person. Okay, we have another chart here. Maybe we might not have a lot of time, but we can do a quick analysis. I actually put them side by side for the wood element. This is a female chart. You need to unmute.
Do you have the name or the initial of the name?
Also start with M.
Okay. Okay, let's see. This person
You can call this person
is
Andy.
Miss M.
M.
The M lady. Okay. Lady M is a wood elements in her day pillar, and she only, if you look at her heaven branch, actually there's only wood and water, which means she is very, very resourceful. Okay, very resourceful, and the resource actually gave her quite a lot of income. But however, there's no fire, no earth, no matter in her 八字 or in her birth chart. Okay, which means her spending is a lot, a lot. There's a chance that she might go into loans. Okay, loans, when we said loans, it is not housing loan, yeah. Housing loan in Singapore, everyone has to take if you want to get a house, unless you don't want to get a house and you have sufficient um money to take it. Okay, if not, everyone needs a housing loan or have a housing loans. Okay, even if you don't have a housing loan, you can pay your loan. You can pay your house fully by CPF. You are still having loan from CPF. Yeah, so there's a different thing. Not for housing loan. This might be personal loan. Okay, so we can see that she might have some personal loan, given that sorry. Can I know how old is Lady M?
If I'm not wrong, maybe 50.
50.
Yeah.
50. Okay. So if Lady M is in her 50s, I would say that her health might have some problem already, that she need to take medications. Okay, because there's no surplus, it's actually a deficiency. Okay. And Lady M is actually trying to, she has the resources. We must remember that she has the resources, so she has the ability to work. But however, business might not be coming in because of there's no supporter. Okay, if she is a salary worker, I would say that she is someone who the boss don't really see how capable she is, but just throw work at her. Okay, don't appreciate her at all. Hmm. So if that is the case, she need to, it's actually okay for Lady M to change her wallet to pink or blue, or sorry, pink or red. So lady should be okay, right? If it's a guy, then I really don't know lah. Yeah. So Lady M, you have to change your wallet to pink or blue because you don't have a base to catch any money. Okay, so your money is just throwing into a bottomless pit. Then to increase your health, you actually have to wear a lot of yellow, but however, you can't wear like a bananas. You can't. Or you can't wear like you can't wear your whole body yellow color series. The maximum is only half a body. So it's either you wear a top that is yellow and a bottom that is maybe white, or top white, bottom yellow. So this is, you have to go half half. Okay, given that if you don't go half half, you will be drowned in the proper the properties of the earth or the metal element. Okay, which means if you wear too much yellow, you will suddenly can't think out of the box. You are being boxed up, or you suddenly felt that you are very strong willed. But if your elements don't move, don't generate, even if you are strong-willed, you keep knocking into a wall. When you keep knocking into a wall, you'll feel that it's very difficult. It's very tiring. Okay, so half. You can only wear half yellow color series and half metal color series. Okay, metal color series are more white colors, silver colors, metallic colors. These are all metal color series. Okay, it will be good. It will be beneficial for you to wear jewelry like gold, which is shiny, which is the the metal element series, and gold is a earth color series. It's a yellow color. Ah, but you can also go into uh what do you call that? Rose gold. Rose gold also can. That will brings up your fire and your metal. But however, the gold color is not there, so you might want to change some of your clothing. If you have long hair, you can use a yellow color spongy, yeah, or you can wear crystals like citrine. Okay, you can wear any jewelry that is metal, yellow color, red color series. All these will be very good for you. So you can actually see that you're spending not that much and your income will start, or rather your savings will start to increase. And you will see that your boss, firstly from your boss, it will appreciate you more because he will become a supporter because of the metal elements. Okay. Usually to see a change in life using colors, it will take about 1.5 months to 3 months to see the change, right? For spending wise, maybe because sometimes due to habit, okay, you must be very alert on your spending. Maybe keep a journal or keep there's a lot of expenses app, right? That is free you can use to keep track of your expenses so that you can see whether are you kind more or less spending less. Yeah. So Lady M, you have to wear red, yellow, and metal color. Uh, Metal color is white or metallic color, silver, all those. Yeah. So that you can see a generation. Once you see a generation in your elements, you don't feel that much more. You don't feel the hard work that is not seen that much, right? Then hopefully this will help you to mm, go to the next leap in life.
Okay. Thank you, Chrismat. Yeah, I can see that this person is very capable, but
Mm,
having some lack of supporter and can't see, and someone going to that can't see in any surplus, right? So can be quite frustrating for, I mean, I'm so capable, why am I being stuck in this situation? So hopefully the reading helps you, Lady M. Okay. I'm going to share a bit about a second case study that I have over here. This case study is also from a female. She said, I had many BaZi readings previously. However, none of them shared what Chrismat shared with me about my influence and supporters aspect. So I would say it's this lower left, right, that element. No wonder I was having many painful, unfavorable situations which got myself into trouble that I do not wish upon another person. So from what I heard, is quite bad. After my session with Chrismat, I gained clarity and no longer harbor any bad feelings now because I have hope and practical solutions to resolve my issues. So this is like at 58 years old, this is what she found. I'm feeling super happy these days and I'm able I'm feeling happier these days and I'm able to conduct lessons and show up for my students. So I can see that it took a toll on her, probably her emotional and mental health, until she got a reading with Chrismat and she found a solution that she can build herself back up again. Okay, so this is the third chart that we can read. Maybe Chrismat, you can share a little bit about this Ren water guy. Is this I think this is a male chart, male B.
Roughly how old is he?
I would say in the 60s.
60s.
Mm.
He might be facing some medical issue now, I would say. Okay, he is, I can't say lucky, but his path is the last pillar, which is the time pillar. There's a fire support. So fire is his surplus or deficiency in health or finances health, right? And if he's in his 60s, which means he have some problem in his health. And fire also signify any cardiac health, which means he might have a heart problem or risk at risk for stroke. Okay, because he only have a fire elements under in the earth branch pillar in the time pillar. Time pillar actually signify anyone who has passed maybe 55. Okay, so in his old age he might have a little bit of problem in his health. Previously he might have problem with finances health. Until his old age it might be a physical health as well as finances health, even though he might have a little bit of savings, but this savings actually will go into his physical health maintenance. Yeah. Okay, so let us look at his heaven branch. He have water, he's a water guy, and matter and wood. So which means he have resources. The resources actually will bring him uh finances health that give him good health because the finances is stable. Okay. The output, since he have a wood in the heaven stem, which means his output or his spending might not be as bad. Okay, it might be still quite a lot, but at least he have a base. He don't throw everything into uh the bottomless pit, right? So when we have a base in our spending, this means that we actually is able to spend and we have a limit to spend. Like there's a limit that we will not fall beyond in order to spend. But however, since he got no fire in the heaven pillar, so which means at month end, he might have layman. If he's a layman, like normal people, not a businessman, then he might have maybe less than $100 in a bank account type. Okay, or is between 0 to 100 like this. But if he's a businessman, I would say that the amount might fall below his overheads amount. For example, his overheads is 1,000. The surplus that he have will not be more than 500, will not be more than 50% of the overheads. So he have a cash flow problem. Okay. So if he wants, okay, since he have a wood element, so I will not use anything wallet. Okay, wallet not green color, but his wallet, if possible, is red color. But I know red color wallet for a guy might not be very nice. Okay, might not be very nice. No problem. You still can use black or blue. Okay, because your own elements is black or blue. So you want to have income coming in. So you can use black or blue or white color, okay, for your metal so that you can have resources for income to generate in. However, all your cards, all the cards that is that have money stored in. Okay, why I said money stored in something like, because nowadays we can use EasyLink card for spending. We can have charge card for spending. We credit card for spending, right? So all these cards you must cover up with red colors. Okay, red colors. You can put into red packet, no problem to that. Okay, red packet is actually okay for you to put in the card. And if anybody asks, you just says, "Aya, for heng heng, no, for heng heng, for luck, can already." So it's easier to explain like this, right? Okay, so you need fire. So cover your cards with red color. And you need earth. Okay, you need earth to bring you supporter, to give you 贵人. You have actually one earth right underneath at the earth branch for your day pillar, which means 你的贵人都是你的小人，你的小人都是你的贵人。So your enemy will be your supporter will be your enemy. Okay, so how we break that is that same, you got to wear yellow color. If you don't want to wear yellow color clothing, you can wear yellow jade or yellow crystals. Okay, jade will be the best because yellow color jade will actually bring luck and finances health. Okay, so if you can find yellow color jade, you can actually wear that on a daily basis. Don't remove it. You can only remove it when you're bathing. When you're outside, you have to wear it. And don't cover your yellow jade bracelet. Don't cover. You have to show it. The more you show it, the more effective it will be. Okay, since you have metal in your 八字, your metal, which means you are capable. You are capable. You have the resources, not a lot, but able to let you show that you have the ability to work, to perform. You have the ability to perform. Other people will see it. But the funny thing is that how come you are working so hard and no one appreciate? It's because of 你的贵人都是你的小人. Okay, so which means like your boss give you a lot of hard work to do, and seems like he is not recognizing your effort. Okay, but then he is the one who gave you the job. So he is also your supporter. It's just that he is hiding. Okay, so what you can do is that bring him out. So the more you wear your yellow colored jade or yellow jade bracelet, the more you are showing out. The more you are showing out, the more you are bringing all your 小人 into the 贵人, right? bring your enemies to become your supporter, turning your enemies to your supporter. So that is quite, it's the easiest way to help you to gain more supporter. With your ability in your resources, you can have more income. And then with a base in the spending, you will not be spending that much. And with fire elements covering all your spending, you will be able to have a surplus in your account. It will be best that if you have a lanyard, because it's better for you to show a red color out than to hide it, because wrapping it with your card is to prevent it from coming out, right? But however, if you are able to show something red color, like you can go in between red beads, yellow color beads, red bead, yellow color beads for your bracelet. Okay, another way, if you don't want a red or yellow color beads, then you can wear anything with pockets. Okay, put a red color pen. The cap must be red color, showing it out of the pocket. So you, for example, if you have a pocket on your shirt, you just put a red color pen there with a cap over there, red color. So it is to attract the fire elements into your life. You have to show it out. Okay. Okay, I hope that male B will benefit from this. It's just very simple daily color thing, or to smoothen out the bumps in the BaZi, and it helps to smoothen out the bumps in your life.
Okay, thank you, Chrismat. So the initial for this mail is actually K. So Mr. K, I think hopefully if you're not here, you get a chance to see your replay. But if not, if you have any questions, you can also drop in the chat. And once we pick it up, we can also come back and answer some of the questions that you have. Okay, so I'm going to share a third case study from a business coach in Singapore. I've been an online entrepreneur for 6+ years now. And every time I ran into blockages within my business where I work harder, faster, and smarter could no longer solve, I would turn to Chrismat for her advice. Her understanding of business energetics, metaphysics, and energy work has helped me achieve breakthrough after breakthrough in ways that I could not have achieved through physical means. Throughout my time with her as a client, I've learned that energy is like a Wi-Fi. We can't see it, but it's crucial for our business and lives. I think plenty of business owners are aware of the importance of energy, and if you sense that some of the obstacles are energy related, you should probably reach out to Chrismat and find out what the invisible causes might be. So this is from a business owner, and he has personal experience with Chrismat and actually managed to find a lot of answers whenever he reached a roadblock. So hopefully this would help you give a little bit of context. All right, so now after so much that we have shared, we probably come towards the last segment of the day of this live, right? So I think we want to share with everyone why we go through so much of explaining what's elements and your BaZi cycle, right? Mainly is to help you to create a self-generation cycle. So imagine when you have a self-generation cycle, you carry your own harmonious energy, right? So there are some examples where they show this person is very capable, but it's very hard for this person to succeed, right? And sometimes running a business, even if you have the own capability and ability and resources to run your own business, but there may be some energy interactions that cause your business to be in deficit, right? And all these are being shown in the BaZi. So there are ways that you can actually, I would say simple, practical ways that you can actually create a positive change just by discovering what your elements are. Is it generating a generation cycle? If not, what can we do? Okay. So here are some of the colors that represent the certain elements that we can use. Right. So if you can see that if there is a lack of wood element in your chart, here are some of the range of green color for wood you can use over here. If you lack certain fire in your chart, the fire red color can be used, right? And then so on for the other. Earth is more towards yellow, earth khaki color. Metal is towards gray. White is also considered as metal. Blue, there will be a range of blue colors to use. So this is just based on our personal analysis, and then you can actually try to use it. But I think many a times when you hear the way Chrismat read your chart, you can know that it is not so straightforward, right? It involves, the way Chrismat read a chart, she's able to make sense of the elements, right? So if we do ourselves, it will be more like trial and error. Okay, but of course with a expert and someone who actually is learning and trained for elements analysis, the use of color, parts analysis, this way you will get more of a complete advice than just an ad hoc one. So we are opening up to some questions. Any questions that you guys have, you can drop in the chat. So far, if you have any questions, we can share some of our experience, or you have a master here to actually answer your question. So I'm going to start with one question. And this question, I hear it quite often, right? So some people, they do not want to know about their BaZi chart or elements, okay? I think mainly because they want things to progress naturally, or for some, they may think too much and know too much, think too much, worry too much. So they just rather not know. I think these are belonging to two types of people. One is just want things to go natural. Second one is, I think I better not know. So what would you say or advise to these two groups of people?
Okay, I would say is that the use of energy is something, or it is actually very natural. It is a natural take its course. The only things that we do now is just changing your colors that you wear, that's all. It's very natural. Colors are natural, right? If you are really scared that, I know a lot of older generation people, okay, like our parents, our grandmas, right, will tell you never give your birth dates or never give your BaZi to anyone, because they can do anything harm to you. They can do harm to you. They can put curse onto you, like Gong Tao, right? Or the curse, right? But to be fair, at this current era, to put a curse on you, I don't need your BaZi at all, right? Any masters, what they do now is just a picture of you. We can do curse already. So BaZi doesn't really mean that when you give it out, you might bring harm to you. No, it is not. And by getting someone to read your BaZi and helping you to smooth out all the bumps in along your way, it actually helps you to have better confidence and also better outlook with life, right? Yeah, so it doesn't mean that when you give someone BaZi, harm will come to you. No, it is not.
Okay, thank you, Chrismat. I also want to ask Sean. So far, you have any maybe comments or advice that you can give to those who, or anything that you want to share for people who are still hesitating to explore their elements and do a 八字 analysis?
I think the most important way, if this topic is new to you, you can try what I did. Because in the beginning, when I had a difficult time understanding how this works, what I would do is I would actually test it for myself and use different colors for different combinations for different scenarios. Then I would leave it there for a few hours or a few days, sometimes even 1 or 2 weeks, and see what changes. And I feel that actually increased my own awareness and sensitivity of, okay, if I test out this color, what's my performance going to be? If I try out this color, what am I going to feel on that day? And over time, I think I tested all the time. I think until now I'm still testing, and so far it's worked pretty well for me. So if you give it a shot and try out the colors that works for you, or if you don't know what colors you should actually be testing out, then you can reach out to any one of us and do a brief analysis to see what do your elements comprise of, and then how you can make the best out of it so that you don't go against your energy, but you bring it out and give yourself the best combination for your life, for your health, for your work, for everything.
Okay, thank you, Sean. Yeah, I actually really agree with what Sean talks about. For me, myself, my intention was to find out more about myself, self-awareness, and to understand myself so that I can continue with my personal growth. Right. So, and once I'm able to grow as a person and harmonize my energy, I can see the effects in my financial relationship as well as my health wise, right? So I think I hope the best for those who are watching as well to actually explore and give it a try. So for Chrismat, here are some ways that you can actually work with Chrismat. If you want to understand your personal elements better, you can actually do a personal elements analysis where you identify where are your dominant and weak elements, okay? And what do you do about them? So Chrismat will do the same, like she's able to provide personalized strategies for enhancing your strength and addressing your weaknesses in areas like financial, health, and in relationships or your career growth, okay? So I think the one that Chrismat did earlier on was, I would say, not the full thing, but you can see it's already giving some very good and practical solutions that you can work on already. So in this personal elements analysis, there will be a bit more comprehensive, right, reading for you. And also there's guidance on improving your overall well-being and how to achieve your personal goals. So if you can bring some questions as to what are some of the goals that you have to Chrismat, she will be able to advise you accordingly. And for business owners, you can do a business elements analysis, right? So looking at like how we analyze a personal 八字, business has a 八字 themselves as well, right? And this business 八字 is an incorporation date and time, can show what are the energy deriving from the elements that come with this incorporation date and time. So you can identify what are some of the business related strengths, what are your potential challenges, so that you can actually put some strategies in place for yourself. Chrismat will be able to advise on the strategies for your business growth and success. At the same time, she will guide you on choosing the right industry, right, or business partners that you should work with, what to watch out for, right, and what are some of the I would say colors, because now you affect the whole company, right? What are some of the colors that you can use on your logo when you appear on Zoom? For example, if you are online digital marketer or salesperson, you can actually use colors to appear in online, choosing the right one. So these are some of the things that will help you improve your business. Okay, or for some, they want to choose a company t-shirt color, for example, right? Everyone is able to carry and help boost a certain kind of elements inside your business. And lastly, there is also relationship elements analysis, where you bring in two persons 八字, right, to look at the either compatibility or check to find out or understand more about the relationship dynamics. Okay, so there will be personal strategies for improving communication and resolving some of the conflicts that are in place, right? And also guidance on building and maintaining harmonious relationship. So I think when I did a couple parts analysis, right, I found out about some of the fundamental elements of the other person, my partner, right? And also understanding the characteristics that come with the 八字. And also some of what are some of the strengths, what are some of the weaknesses, what are some of the fears, right? And this helped me actually understand my partner better. And I think it's very, very useful for me to actually build up the common love language or be able to provide the needs emotionally, physically, or mental support, right, that is required. So that has helped me a lot in understanding my partner. Okay, so if you would like to schedule a session with Chrismat, here is a link scheduler to book a time with Chrismat. I think right now only days are open are on Tuesday. Tuesday is open, but maybe if you need some other timings that are available, right, you can actually drop a message to either one of us, Chrismat, myself, or Sean, to actually open up some more timings so that you can have a session with Chrismat. I'm going to drop the booking link.
Hello. Okay. But you can use all these.
Okay, I think so far that is all that we have for today. I hope that you have actually gained for myself, I learned quite a lot, even more along the way throughout the session. So I hope that you gather the same thing and understand the importance of having a good self-generating element cycle for yourself. Anything else you want to share, Chrismat and Sean, before we jump off this live session?
Nope.
Not really, but if you're worried that you don't have the timing, like I believe everyone know our birth dates. Okay, but however, if you don't have a timing, you just need to know, make sure you find out like around what time or whether is it in the morning or in the afternoon that you are born. Because in Chinese metaphysics, the time actually is a 2 hour gap. So you can, if you have roughly like, maybe you just say, I think I am born in 12 midnight or 3 a.m. like this, it's fine. No worries. We don't need the exact timing. Okay? That's all.
All right. Thank you, Chrismat. Thank you, Sean. That's all for us for today. Until next time, we'll see you in our next live session. Bye-bye.